my name is Anna and I'm a singer.
Hi, my name is Peyton and I'm a dancer.
And today, what are we doing today?
Today, we are back with another very exciting comeback reaction, this time to Omega X in their first comeback.
Yeah, so this is Omega X's first official comeback and it is called, in all caps, What's Going On? And it looks like it's gonna be really like intense again. So that being said, let's just go! Oh, I hate whispers.
It's like a horror movie though.
I know.
Oh.
Do you love it?
Yes. It is definitely.
Aww. I really like the do-do-do in the background. So like a marimba.
Oh. They like that line, all eyes on OX. It's been in both of the songs we've reacted to.
Yeah, is that like their tagline, sort of signature now? There's a lot of like, yeah, like the searching light or like the...
Oh, well, it's different. Oh, same move, different formation, never mind. Hello.
You're so cute. Oh,
Dance break. Show it. Show it. Or not.
oh, the effects. My immediate thought. Oh?
It's their party! Another party!
Oh, but I totally not paying attention to like how much time was left in the video. I was like, oh, the song is over.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was like, is there gonna be a story?
Right? Oh.
Very interesting.
It's like factory sounds.
Oh. Let's just jump right into some interesting things about the dance. First, how I think the choreography is really interestingly connected to sort of like the storyline of the music video. Like during the reaction, you pointed out, oh, there's sort of like the searching spotlights and you can see they're like running and they're sort of like, I don't know, it kind of feels like that planning a rebellion, like that sort of feeling, sneaking around. I think you see that a lot in the dance too, which is really interesting. When I just watched the full live version, there's a lot of sliding under or across the stage. There's a lot of weaving formations. There were some really interesting moves where they were facing one direction, but on their knees, like moving backwards. So it sort of has that like, we're sneaking, we're like planning, like that sort of vibe before the big explosive like choruses, dance break, and party. The choreography itself, like the structure of it is also interesting because it is a little repetitive, which makes sense for the song, but also it's like a pretty quick turnaround. But they've like kept it from being boring by having small like detail changes. One of those is the formation changes, like I mentioned in the reaction, where I was like, oh, is it different? And then I realized like, no, it's the same movement, it's just different formation, but it looked new to my eyes because of how they were presenting it. There's several examples of that, and this is primarily in the chorus choreography that's repetitive. The verses is not as repetitive, and then obviously the dance break and the outro are different. But also, speaking of the dance break and the outro, that also keeps it from feeling as repetitive. The majority of like the high intensity dancing happens there, and so it sort of breaks it up, especially at the end where you see the dance break and then you see part of the original chorus choreography before it goes into the outro. So it's sort of like bookended by those two super high intensity dance moments, because it really does contrast to the feeling of the chorus choreo that's a little bit more like laid back, swaggy. But also I think the other thing that really keeps it interesting is just the performance quality. Like it comes through in the music video, it comes through on the live stage, it's just high performance quality. And my last big comment is they're creating a brand, which I find really interesting, and we sort of hinted at it during the reaction. And that's not uncommon for groups to sort of create a brand, but it's super obvious here. And I guess especially for like rookies, usually you'll try a few different things and then settle on whatever works for you. But obviously, since this is like a special re-debut group, they've really decided on the brand and are running with it. And you can see that in sort of every aspect of the performance. I mean, we pointed out the All Eyes on OX tagline that is catching on our ears. We recognize it, but also in the dance moves, they're not the same, but they're sort of similar quality. Like I noticed in the chorus, there was a lot of up, up, down motions, especially with their hands, like the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And they had that in Vamos as well. Or the outro at the end, it's sort of like moving side to side, but forward, like they're bringing the party to you or the revolution to you. So I just think that's really interesting. I mean, it's obviously working, but it's just so like obviously a brand that they're creating that it really sticks out. So Anna's turn.
Okay, so it is my turn for comments. And I feel like the first thing that I should say, well, the first thing I have written down is about the whispers. Momentary pause. Sorry if you hear noises on my side now, because I also live in a city now. Anyways, moving on. Listening to the song itself. The whispers are not in the actual song. It was only for the music video. Thank goodness, because y'all know my thing about whispers. Sort of similarly to Peyton, I'm going to inevitably compare this a little bit to their debut just because it's their first comeback. And I would say both of these are really like strong power, intensity, high levels of energy. Like this comeback is definitely similar to Vamos in that sense. But whereas Vamos was more like big party sort of the whole time and just like sort of we're just having fun. This one in my mind is a bit more grounded, except for like towards the end where it is like the final chorus. But then even then, after the final chorus, the outro section after the final chorus feels like a mix between party. It's like the club music again. So one of the reasons why this one feels more grounded though is like the really big focus on the heavy bass synth. But also I just think as a whole, Vamos was a little bit more melodic with its instrumental, and this one is like more focused on different little percussion lines. You'll hear all these little different percussive lines come in and out, like have their turn, and like all of them layered as well. Obviously you have like snare build-ups for the chorus drop. There are a lot of clap sounds, sort of snap sounds. I mentioned factory noises, not just at the end, but even like throughout the song. You have sort of like clinks here, like do do do, like clink here, do do do. I don't want to say just noise, but like those sorts of sounds with the absence of a more melodic line does create a more like aggressive, less like fun party feeling and more like, ooh, something is about to happen, which is like in line with the music video that they did as well. One line that I really wanted to talk about though that I really enjoyed was in the pre-choruses. It sounds sort of like a marimba that you hear in the background. I kind of tried to point it out, the doo-doo-doos that you hear, because obviously in the pre-chorus they're like singing more. It's where you hear the vocals shine more, and it's interesting too because like the diction changes as well from like like aggressive and biting to more like, if you took it out of the context of this song, it sounds like they're singing a ballad, which like completely switches the vibe up. Another line that I really enjoyed was like in the final chorus, there's this, I can't describe it well, but it like goes like up and down. And then for the final outro, like obviously it's like a group chant sort of moment. You hear these group O's, oohs together, stomp sounds leading into it. So it's a lot of like unity, one full force just coming at you, which is very impactful ending. Because also it was like into this really full force section. So that was cool. And I am done.
Okay, so TLDR is Omega X is back for their very first comeback ever. Congratulations! And with this song, What's Going On, they continued some of the things that we saw in their debut, but they've also changed the style up a little bit to keep it fresh, keep it interesting, give us new things to pay attention to listen to, and I feel like I like the direction that the sound is going, so excited to see what they do next.
Oh, also congratulations, they announced their fan club name.
Oh yeah!
It's 4X. That being said, if you would like to talk with us more about Omega X, about their first comeback, about K-pop, anything really, feel free to reach out to us on our socials, which are linked in the cards. And as always, if you enjoyed this reaction video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on your notification bell, and bye!
Bye!